Hey you guys, you may know from the title of this is a redirect to my RWBY Volume 6 Chapter 3 reaction. YouTube has it audio content stuff, so it's blocked worldwide. If it was just, contains content stuff, I would always leave it up for you guys. But it's blocked, so not something I can do about it. And if it was visual, it would be like my Chapter 2, but it's not visual, it's audio. So it's gonna be a redirect. Just a brief thing, it's spoilers, obviously, guys. Just heads up, spoiler warning. I'm going to be talking about this chapter, just a tiny bit. But we start off just jumping right, like after the opening, we jump right back into the story of A, how Salem came to be Salem, and B, pretty much the whole story that Ozpin didn't tell. And, you gain more sympathy towards Ozpin because jeez, man, he's been through so much. And it's just, oh man, that must suck so much. For one, those two were lovers, Salem and Ozpin, and they had kids. Okay, I'm not gonna get over that. Like, we jump in, and Salem is a lonely girl who's trapped in a castle because of her father. Sounds Rapunzel-esque, huh? Everyone had magic. It wasn't like a soul thing, like everyone had magic. It was a gift from the gods. And they lived together, the gods and the humans. What disrupted this and what ultimately led to them leaving was Salem. And wow, just saying. As the episode goes on, we see how not Ozpin, but Ozma, Ozma and Salem, how they interact and how they came to be. Ozma, the way Ozpin's first life died, he grew sick. He died from an illness, which led Salem to going to the God of Light to bring him back. But when the God of Light doesn't, she goes to his younger brother, the God of Darkness, Destruction, where he does, but only because she didn't tell him that she went to his older brother first. This starts a dispute, but once the younger brother heard that she went to God of Light first, Ozma was vanquished again, pretty much. He was in a tug of war of coming back and being gone. And together, they cursed Salem by giving her eternal life, so she would never be able to be with Ozma in the afterlife. Oh man, is that dark and very messed up, but more on this. So she's stuck without ever being able to die. And she tries killing herself. We see RWBY here have to watch. Well, I mean, you can assume everyone saw it, but they showed us RWBY's reaction to it. Of her just stabbing herself. And then that's where she realizes the gods aren't fallible. Well, they're fallible, not aren't. They are. And, wow. It's an interesting thing to see, Salem started off not evil out through the world. She just wanted her loved one back. And that's a common thing. When people lose a loved one, especially all super suddenly, they want to see them again. It hurts not being able to see them. And for her, he was the only one she had. So you can imagine that's probably intensified there. So it wasn't a good feeling for her, and she wanted to see him again. She wanted him back. But she was denied this and then given eternal life. So it's very easy to say she was mad, angry at the gods. Who wouldn't be? So she told tales of how she took the power to be eternal, to be immortal, and got people on her side to try to attack them, which led to the end of humanity other than her. And Ozma, he was brought back to collect the relics. And here's where we find out why Salem would want them. If the relics are brought together, the gods will come back to the earth, well, remnant. And when that happens, humanity will be judged. If they are working together in harmony, the gods will coexist with them. All will be good. But if the world stays as is, where there's disputes, arguments, anger, resentment towards each other, and infighting, the world will be eliminated. Taken off into non-existence, which is, it's like so much to take in, and so much responsibility on one person. When they meet again, that's, you know how I mentioned they had kids? They knew who each other were when they saw each other again. And for a moment, he was going with what Salem wanted. But one night, after, finding out his kids had magic, and Salem showed her colors of, still being possessed by the darkness. I'll quickly explain that in a second. He tried taking the kids and leaving. He had 4 little girls who were, oddly enough, dressed like the maidens. They're obviously not the maidens. I'll tell you why in a second. But, that's kind of dark and depressing. But he tried taking them, but Salem found them. And fighting soon occurred. And it's pretty much hinted strongly that the 4 little daughters died that night. And and then showed a few more lives of Ozpin. And he asked Jin 3 questions back when he was in that life. Where are the relics? What are their powers? And how can you destroy Salem? We only heard one of those answers to the last question. Jin said this: you can't. Whether that means he specifically can't or no one can, but I'm assuming I'm going to take it in this light that Ozma himself can't defeat Salem. But maybe others can. But, yeah. Salem, the way she started becoming the way she is, she thought that if she got this from the light, that if she threw herself into the darkness, it would eliminate her immortality and she could finally die. It did the opposite. Instead, she's an immortal who is out for destruction. Oh man, that's dark and deep, and I don't dislike Ozpin, never did, but gives him more feeling and more understanding. And then Salem, she didn't always want this. She just wanted to be with Ozma again. And she fell down a wrong hole, which led her to who she is now. But yeah, that's just gonna be my summary for this. Can't wait till the next chapter. Remember, link will be in the description. I just did a little summary of it instead because I know not all of you like going to redirects. This will be on BitChute. We're all good. Okay, I hope you all enjoy. See you guys next time, and hope next time it will be on YouTube and I don't have to deal about this, but this gives me a chance to do reviews faster, I guess. But I do hope you all enjoy. Have a great day. Bye.